But there was something, I don't remember the whole thing, but there was something like saving ourselves from the fire. So that should be our main, or should be our main goal, saving ourselves.
First, you have to save yourself. Before you can do anything, before you are going to be useful, you have to save yourself, from destruction. First, I said what? That one I put by words, yes? Save yourselves. May Allah save us from ourselves. Save us from ourselves. That should be our main goal. We are in the Naqshbandi way. We have to save ourselves from what? From our ego. Yes? So we need to save ourselves then. Because if we don't save ourselves from the ego will lead us to fire. So we're saving ourselves from the fire. Saving ourselves from all those things that is going to cause disruption and destruction, not only to ourselves but to others. The danger of the ego is, according to the power of a man. If the man doesn't have power, most he can do is maybe he kills himself. But if a man has power, he will burn down the whole world, and then he kills himself. Yes? And the ego wants to be the most powerful. The ego never says, no, I'm okay. I'm okay being a potato farmer. I'm okay being a shepherd. This 21st century, Dajjal era, they're teaching kids, you can be as high, as powerful as you want. What do you want to be? Astronaut. What do you want to be? King. What do you want to be? President. Teaching from a very young age, your ego can be as big as you want. Why you want to be? It's okay if somebody says, I want to be an astronaut, but you have to go forward more, deeper even more. Why? Kid doesn't know. If the kid, then give him a good reason. We are believers. It has to be for the sake of Allah. You want to be president. It has to be for the sake of Allah. Otherwise, the kid is just going to become what it wants to be according to how the world is telling it how to be, which is not for the sake of Allah. For the sake of itself, its ego, for the pleasures and the treasures of its ego. So, we need safety. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Even before the knowledge of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim is, I seek refuge in Allah. I seek safety from Allah. I'm running towards Allah. Running towards Allah means towards the Prophet, towards the awliyaullah, towards everything that Allah's mercy is hiding. Against shaitan, the accursed. Shaitan has been cursed. But for tariqat people, shaitan is the enemy that is open. Ayat is saying, O mankind, have I not warned you? Have I not made it forbidden for you? Have I not told you not to worship shaitan? Because he is your open enemy. It's coming from Surah Yasin. And for tariqat people, for intelligent people, people who are thinking, enemies, there are many different kinds. But basically two kinds. There's open and there is hidden. Yes? There is an open enemy and there is a hidden enemy. Which one is more dangerous? The hidden one. Open one, you see what it is, you can attack. The hidden one, you don't know where it is and it's attacking you. So even knowledge, before knowledge of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, the man must first learn to run towards Allah, away from shaitan and from the evil that Allah has put there, to his ego. Everything comes back to that. You understand? So that is our aim. Our aim is not to burn ourselves and burn this whole world. Hell hellfire. There is no fire in hell. We are bringing our own fire to hell. Paradise is empty. There's no gardens. There's nothing there. There's no palaces. There's nothing there. But you make the paradise to be paradise. So everything is coming back to man again, what he is doing. Everything Allah is giving us a choice. You can bring your own fire and make your own hell, or you can be a person of paradise. Ahli Jannat. That time, even in the fire of this world, people will find shelter from you. Even in the fire of this world, in the confusion of this world, you will be centered, you will have peace, and people will feel it from you, and they want to be with you. And then your paradise is there waiting. But for those ones also, their aim is not paradise. Their aim is again to pull people to safety. Their aim is not for paradise. Their aim is to pull people to safety. This is what the prophets have been sent for. The prophets, they are close ones. They are beloved ones. Paradise is created for them. They honor the paradises by being there. Whatever they're doing in this world is not for them to go to higher stations. Whether they're worshipping or them calling out to people is not for these prophets, are not doing that to go to higher stations to gain more paradises. They're doing that because Allah gave them that job and they want to help. They do that because they have the love, the way that Allah is saying, I love my creatures, so that one is your ummah, you must love them too. As the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah's love for you, it is more than the love of a mother to her newborn child. Now if the Prophet is saying that about Allah, what about his love to his ummah? All his life, before and after, is just to bring his ummah back to safety, to the refuge of Allah, away from themselves, away from shaitan, away from the ego. That is the whole job. Whether they are rich or poor, they know or they don't know, lettered or unlettered, all the prophets, their aim is to bring the whole ummah back to safety. Allah has created us in ahsani taqweem, in the most perfect form. And the Prophet's job is to return the ummah back. And our Holy Prophet ﷺ, no prophet, 124,000 prophets that Allah has sent to the world, no prophet has as much love to his ummah as our Prophet has to us. So now, as we're entering into the month of Mawlid, how are you going to show the sunnah? How are you going to celebrate? How are you going to show the love to the Prophet ﷺ? There are many ways. So many people will sing. So many people will dance. So many people recite poetry. It is good. Inshallah, it is acceptable. But what is the Prophet ﷺ's work? What is his job? It is his ummah. What is the use of praising and loving that Prophet when he's crying over his ummah and you're not doing anything to that? You don't even understand the enemies You don't even understand the poisons. You don't even understand the hurt. You don't feel the hurt of his ummah. But you love the Prophet. You praise him. It's like you have a son. You have someone who loves you very much. Your son is in need of help. He's suffering. You cannot reach him directly. But this one who loves you so much, praising you, saying, I'm your best friend, you're the best person, this one can reach, but he's not reaching to your son. How that's going to make you feel? How that's going to make you feel? There's only one who's representing the Prophet. Zahir, let's say. He's the Khalifa. Yes. Don't enter into wilayat. Don't enter into sainthood. The one who is representing the Prophet in the face of this world is the Khalifa. Because Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq is the first Khalifa, no? Who was he representing? The Prophet ﷺ. That one who's representing the Prophet ﷺ, he is responsible to take care of the whole ummah. When he was removed by unbelievers, when he was removed by the hypocrites, the whole ummah started cracking, burning everywhere, non-stop bloodshed continuing. Where are the Muslims? Let's begin with the scholars and the alims and the sheikhs. Where are they to open their hands and to ask and to beg Allah, bring back that Khalifa, bring back the representative of the Prophet to take care of the ummah? Where are those? They're not. They will not. They got those positions by not saying those things. If they say those things, their positions are going to be taken away. But they are the number one people to say, oh, we must emulate the grand characteristics of the Prophet. Singing, dancing, talking so much, loving. Non-stop, crying, crying. We're not even saying bring back, but just to open your hands and to pray for that. And to ask the people around you to pray for that. Where are they? Non-existent. In fact, majority say, what? Not necessary, Khalifa. What? Khilafat? Some even dare to say, it was wrong to begin with. No such thing as Khilafat in Islam. So punishment keeps on raining. The Prophet is looking. He keeps crying. Those who can help, he keep laughing, saying, I love you. Allah is watching. Where your hands can reach, help. These days it is very rare to even find people to be able to help properly, yes? So many we cannot reach. Some that are within reach, they refuse, they don't understand, they reject. So whoever that you have around you, that you can help, try to help. Help with guidance. Don't help according to your own ego also. That's why the dargah is very important. Because it's easy now to help. It's easy now to say, Allah is asking us in the Akhir Zaman, what did you do? I was crying because they removed my representative and my whole ummah. What did you do? We may say, our sheikh had taught us this. Not to say I did this or that. No, our sheikh had taught us this. And what little that we can do to help each other, to feel for each other, we are doing. Against to our character, against to our nature, against to the society that tells us, why are you bothering so much about people? We are doing, trying to. You understand? Because at the end of the day, people come into tariqat, so many. I see this dream, I had this vision, I did this, I did this. Such high spiritual awakenings, let's say. Listening. But at the end of the day, after all of that, what concerns the people is their own problems. My wife hates me, my husband does this to me. I have this problem, my son has this. I cannot do this, I'm sick, I'm this. It's all those problems. You know? And the Prophet ﷺ, as Imam Rabbani is saying, and the sheikhs, they are running to solve those problems. As Shaykh Andy is saying, we're running to fix those problems. So where are you in this? You're saying you love the Shaykh, you love the Prophet. Where are you in this? So many problems to be fixed. Don't look to, I have to fix world hunger, I have to fix climate change, no. Look to your neighbors. That's why neighbors are very important in Islam. Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam was saying to the Prophet in Miraj, tell their nation to mind the rights of their neighbors. Saying over and over and over again, the Prophet said, I thought there was going to be an ayat or a law to say that the neighbors are more important than my own family. If there is no rule like that, there's no Islamic empire and civilization. We'll be like the Kafirs. Yes? We'll be just like the Kafirs. Only take care of my family, la familia, my nation, my this, my that. But no, neighbors. "40 houses east, 40 houses west, 40 houses north, 40 houses south. You're all part of your neighborhood. And the activities of Islam is encouraging Jamaat for all the neighbors to get together. This world has destroyed all of that completely. This system has destroyed all of that completely. It has made that to be completely unnecessary. Now, how are you going to make progress in religion or in spirituality when you don't have that? Those of us that are living here, you have that opportunity, but so many are sleeping too, or they're spoiled, or they don't understand, or they are running away. Go ahead, run. You think we are so stupid? Go ahead. I like it when people think I'm very stupid. I know nothing, but sometimes Shaykh Andy will make me to know some things. Those who are very far away, as Shaykh Andy said, you are feeling lonely. Something is being built there. Don't worry, something is being built. Because your longing now is a longing for Allah. The reality is you're longing for Allah. You are here. There is no longing. There is no love. There is no connection to the Shaykh, to the Jama'at. But you are here every day. No connection to your Lord. None. So, we must wake up, inshallah. One way or another, they will wake us up. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Al-Fatiha. All right.